Hello guys, welcome to my channel Vijay Giri sir. Once again I am here with the new topic class 10 CBSE board, and today's topic is chapter 2 Nelson Mandela Long Walk to Freedom. Complete name, it is autobiography of Nelson Mandela. His complete name was Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. Okay guys, today we are going to do this chapter. We will discuss introduction and summary of the chapter and some of the important points of the chapter. So let's start without wasting any time. The chapter has been taken from the book Long Walk to Freedom, an autobiography written by South African President Nelson Mandela and first published in 1994 by Little Brown and Company. The book profiles his early life, coming of age, education, and 27 years in prison. It recollects his lifelong dedication to the fight against the racial oppressions in South Africa. It won him the freedom of his own people who were tortured by the whites and the presidency of his country. Here, Mandela provides two opposite pictures of his own country. In one, which the blacks were abused and tormented quietly, and second, blacks would be free to live an independent life. Okay guys, let's start with the summary of the chapter. The inauguration. It was the 10th May 1994, the day when Nelson Mandela was supposed to take oath as the first black president of South Africa. After South Africa's first national democratic elections were held in April 1994, the president of the African National Congress (ANC), Nelson Mandela, was sworn as South Africa's first black president at the Union Building, Pretoria, after being unanimously elected by Parliament, where a large number of leaders had gathered from all over the world to give the oath ceremony. Okay guys, sworn in statement. The inauguration was held at a big building in Pretoria, where the first democratic non-racial government was to be installed. Nelson Mandela was accompanied by his daughter named Janani. On the podium, Mr. de Klerk was the first person who swore in as the second deputy president, and then came Mr. Thabo Mbeki, who took oath as the first deputy president of South Africa, and Nelson Mandela took oath as the first black president of South Africa. He pledged to be faithful to the Republic of South Africa and solemnly and sincerely promised at all times to promote that which will oppose all that may harm the Republic, to obey, observe, uphold, and maintain the Constitution. He also promised to keep the nation free from poverty, deprivation, suffering, and all sorts of discrimination. Okay guys, next point of the summary is spectacular lineup of South African jets. A moment after Mandela's pledge ceremony, South African jet fighters streaked overhead as part of an aerial salute, and the highest military generals saluted him. The citizens assembled on the grass up a roar which seemed out a new feeling of custody rather than the thrill of high-speed machinery. He recalled those unforgettable moments of his struggle when they would not have saluted him but arrested him. Okay guys, the day may symbolized by the playing of two national anthems. The white sang Nkosi Siklel and Africa's, and the black sang Die Stem and Old Anthem of the Republic. Now, next point is apartheid, the wound of South African for black people. On the day of inauguration, Nelson Mandela was overwhelmed to think that the days gone by would soon be part of the history where the white has erected a system of racial domination against the dark-skinned people of their own land. The structure they created was one of the harshest, most inhumane societies the world had ever known, but the system had been overturned at the moment forever. He said that policy of apartheid created a deep wound on his country and its people. The new system recognized the rights and freedom for all the people. Nelson Mandela, a reminiscence of freedom fighters. On promising day of inauguration, Nelson Mandela reminisced the extraordinary courage, wisdom and generosity of the great freedom fighters such as Oliver Tambo, Walter Sisulu, Chief Luthuli, Yusuf Dadoo and Bram Fischer. He said that his country was rich in minerals and gems, but its greatest wealth was its people, finer and truer than the purest diamond. At the same time, he also repented the loss of the thousands of people, remembered their unimaginable sacrifices for freedom from the racial discrimination, and he considered himself as the sum of all those African patriots who had lost their lives in the struggle of the freedom before him, and he was agonized. He was agonized as he could not thank them. Next point is goodness and commitment of a man. Mandela says that man's goodness is a flame that can be hidden but never extinguished, as also suggested that health of freedom rests on the level of the commitment it is accompanied by. No one is born to hate others because of their skin, background and religion. People must learn to hate, because if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love, which comes without force as it is natural. In a civil and human society, every man has to fulfill commitment to his family, community, country, but he is able to fulfill those commitments only according to his abilities. Next point is responsibility that comes with freedom. Nelson Mandela. According to the author, he was not born with the hunger to be free. He had a different meaning for being free, as he wanted to run free in the fields, swim free in the clear stream, and stay free out at night. As he grew older, he wanted the freedom of livelihood for himself. Soon he understood that such freedom was an illusion, and slowly realized that not only he was not free, but his brothers and sisters were also not free. So he joined African National Congress, where his freedom became greater hunger for the freedom of his people, and he desired that everyone should have right to live his life with the dignity, respect, and he wanted both the oppressor and the oppressed to be free. Liberated Mandela believed that only such feelings of responsibility can bring true freedom for everyone. Okay guys, this is all about the chapter. Now I would like to mention some of the highlights of the chapter, important points of the chapter. That is, 10th May 1994 was the day of inauguration, a day of freedom for South Africa, which was celebrated in a huge gathering of international leaders and dignitaries. Next is, inauguration ceremony was organized at the Union Building in Pretoria, where the first democratic non-racial government was to be installed. Next is, on that lovely day of Mandela's life, when he was supposed to take oath as the first black president of South Africa, he was accompanied by his daughter Janani. And next point is, Mandela pledged to liberate the people of his country from poverty, suffering and discrimination. Next point is, there was an amazing display of South African jets, helicopters saluting the President Nelson Mandela. And next point is, the ceremony culminated with the singing of two national anthems, Nkosi Sikelel and the Africa by the whites and Die Stem by the black peoples. In his speech, Mandela thanked the people who had sacrificed their life for the freedom of their country and remembered few of them like Oliver Tambo, Walter Sisulu and Chief Luthuli, Yusuf Dadoo and Brown Fisher. Mandela mentioned in his speech that country is rich because of its people, not because of minerals found there. People should love each other and should not hate anyone due to their color, religion. Love comes naturally, not by force. And finally, he accepted in his speech that frightened Mandela was transformed into a bold one when he understood that real freedom means equal rights fight for everyone. So he joined the African National Congress. Mandela desires people to live their life with the dignity and respect, and he wants both oppressor and oppressed to be liberated. Okay guys, this is all about the chapter. I think you all have understood the chapter and enjoyed the session. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. Kindly like and subscribe my videos so that you can get the videos on time. Thank you.